Hello again. In this installment of Spiritual Wisdom, I'm going to be talking about crows and ravens and their spiritual significance. So each of these videos will be focusing on a different spirit animal and its spiritual significance. So with crows and ravens, there are many myths and legends about them. They are associated with many gods and goddesses. So let's start with what sort of gods and goddesses are they associated with. So there's mainly three particular deities I can think of. Well, Odin as well. So let's start. So we've got Morgan. They've got a strong connection with Morgan, crows and ravens, the goddess of battle and of war and also of magic. We have the goddess Hecate. Have a stronger connection with goddess Hecate, but crows and ravens also have a connection to the goddess Hecate. Gods like Odin, crows also have a strong connection with him. And there are many Celtic, Norse, and some Roman and Greek gods, like Hecate is a Greek goddess, and then you've got Apollo, who's a Greek and Roman god, because his name never really was changed. A lot of Greek gods have been changed, their name have been changed, and their depictions have been changed to look more like a Roman god, but Apollo, his name was never changed, and he remained a Greek and a Roman pantheon. However, we do, in the past, people would have maybe seen crows in a positive way. They would have seen, to the ancient people, they may have seen if a loved one's dying, the crows telling it's a message of death, telling the loved ones, but that loved one's dying, and the crow is sort of guiding that lost loved one to the spirit world. There are many stories like this. And to the ancient people, crows would have symbolized battles. They would have symbolized not. They would have symbolized battles. They would have symbolized death. But even in the modern day, we still see crows as a very bad omen. But crows are not always a bad omen. So how can we look at them in a positive light? Well, as they have a connection with death, this shows to me they've got a strong connection with the psychic world and with the psychic realm, with the spirit world, with the psychic world. So they have a deep connection to the psychic realms. And working with crow energy can really help you develop your abilities as a psychic. And I love working with crow energy. Not only that, the aspect of death, when we think of death, physical death does happen. It's not the end, and there's life after death. We know this as spiritual people, and especially the ancient Celtics and Druids knew this, and in the Celtic and Druid world, things were seen in threes. Threes was a very significant number to the Druids and Celts, and we see this life, death, and rebirth. That is the cycle of life. But in life, crows could symbolize, just like the death card when it comes up in a tarot card reading, doesn't always mean a physical death. It could just mean an end of a relationship, an end of a relationship, the end of a difficult time, and you being reborn. So crows can symbolize being dying, some bad habit or behavior dying, and you being reborn from it. So crows can symbolize that, the death and rebirth. They can help you build your psychic abilities because they've got a strong connection to the psychic realm. If you feel a strong connection with crows as well and ravens, they're also very intelligent birds. So this could be a symbol of intelligence. Crows and ravens were also the messengers. Mainly ravens were the messengers. They would be trained, and people would tie messages onto them and use them to send messages. So again, they're also the messengers. And crows teach us to learn what our fears are, learn what our darker selves are. So crow medicine It's really about looking inside yourself. What are your fears and darkness? Don't suppress your fears and darkness. Get to know it and face it head on. So crow medicine is about that. It's also about learning not being afraid of death and learning it's an animal and an energy of death, life and death, life and rebirth. And it's a great animal and a great energy to help you increase your psychic abilities. And that's what, to me, raven and crow medicine's about. So ravens, if you see them in a meditation or in a dream, or you see them a lot after a dream and the raven is calling out to you, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe there's a particular deity who's got a strong connection with crows and ravens trying to reach out to you. Um, there's and again, maybe the raven has itself. Every animal we look at, and every animal from a spiritual point of view has its positive means, has its light side and shadow self. Even butterflies are beautiful animal, beautiful energy. It has its light side and the shadow side, and I'll speak more about that in future videos. And until the next installment of Spiritual Wisdom, I hope this has been informative and learning about some crow medicine, crow energy. Until we meet again, may part, and may meet again. If you like this content, please subscribe. It really helps out my channel a lot, and thank you for all my subscribers. And if you like this video, please like. Until next time, blessed be. May meet again.